So with a small benefit being a non-cash item, you need to record the value of it using an expenses payment. And then you can categorize that expense as a small benefit, so it appears on the ERR submission under that category. But you would also need to process the same amount as a net deduction so that that doesn't end up in the employee's net pay. So in the example on screen, I've got a €500 expenses payment and a €500 deduction. So the employee's net pay is what they would usually receive. Now, if you process it this way, it means once you're at end of period, you will then be able to send an enhanced reporting submission from Payroll. So you wouldn't have to log in to the ROS portal separately and enter the details manually. So we're going to give you a demo of this. I'm actually going to process my final period of the year, and I'll show you how to include small benefits if that's what you need to do. So I've already set my period, pay date 26th of December. This is also the period in which I'm providing gift cards to some of my employees. So in order to process these, if I just show you my payments, I'll go to company payroll at the top of the screen and select the payments option. You'll see that I've already got an expenses payment set up, and I've given it the title small benefit exemption. And if I just show you the settings, if I click onto edit, you can see the type of payment has been set to expenses, and the enhanced reporting category is small benefit. So if you haven't got one of these, you can easily set one up using the new option. Once you've entered your title, this is where you choose the type. And when it's expenses, you can choose the category. So that's what I'm going to use to process the value of the small benefit. But what I've also set up, if I go to company payroll and then deductions, is a net deduction. So the type is net, after tax, PRSI and USC, and a standard subtype. So that's then going to be used to deduct the same amount so that it doesn't get included in the net pay. So by doing it this way, it means we can record it in Payroll and we can submit it using the enhanced reporting submission. So I'm going to go into enter time and pay. Let's assume I've already checked for the latest RPNs. I'll start with the batch entry mode. And you can see the standard amounts for basic hours and salary, etc., are already entered. And I have already switched on the columns for my payment and deduction. But if you can't see these in batch time and pay, just at the bottom of the screen, you can click select pay deductions, and you can tick the relevant payments and deductions from here. So just looking at my first employee, we're going to give them a €500 gift card. So I'm going to first record that as an expenses payment. Which I've just done in that column there. And you can see that has increased the employee's net pay by €500. I'm then going to take away the same amount because they've received a gift card. It's not in their net wages. And once I've entered the deduction, you can see that their net pay has returned to normal. Now, if you're entering this on the individual timesheet, it's going to look something like this. So I've got the small benefit amount here. I've got the same amount as a deduction. And then you'll see it on the payslip as well. So they can see it's been recorded in Payroll. It's also been deducted. But crucially, it means we can submit this directly to revenue. So I've actually got 4 employees that are receiving gift cards. So I'm going to pop the values in against their names. Got payments and deductions. I don't need to make any other changes this period, so I'm going to save the valid records. And then I would complete my payroll as normal. So I can check the control summary, and gross to net reports. I can run end of period. And then I would send my payroll submission in the usual way. So this reports the taxable items and the tax, PRSI, USC, and LPT. So here's a summary of what's sent in the payroll submission. So that has now been received by revenue, and I can now move on and send the enhanced reporting submission. So this icon here on the process map. And when we go in to do this, because we've processed an expenses payment, you can see it's automatically been categorized in the small benefit column because of the way we set up the payment. So nothing I need to categorize manually. I can click onto next and review the details of my submission. So 2,000 euros of small benefit for 4 employees. And I can go ahead and submit that. So that one has also been received, which means that I've been able to process and report the enhanced reporting submission directly in my payroll. So I'm now at end of period. I can produce my pay slips in the usual way, any bank files, etc. And then I'm ready to start thinking about completing the year-end process.